Hello and welcome back to Take Time. I'm your host Patrick Marlett, your man to talk to about a watch. And today we're learning why Zelos called this watch the Horizons, as it was every bit their intention to release another version. This is the Zelos Horizons version 2, featuring an updated design, a brand spankin' new bezel, and a range of color options that are sure to titillate both boy and girl alike. Now, as I like to do with all of my reviews, expect a short and sweet discussion of the bad, good, and verdict regarding Zelos' latest model. Do note this watch was gifted to the channel, so a special thanks goes out to Hill and the Zelos team for sending it my way. They fixed a lot with this model. The previous bezel was a problem area, but that's no more. No, we've moved on to a whole new problem, the crystal. Go ahead, take a look at the watch face. Tell me, can you see the 24-hour chapter ring? Neither can I. Look, it's easy enough to tilt my wrist to get that sucker in visual range, but that I have to do that in the first place is a problem. I love the look of this box-cut crystal, but the edges make it impossible to view the 24-hour scale on my GMT. That feels like a design miss. I would have taken a steel ring in place of this and stuck with the bezel for the separate hours. Let me preface this next note with the fact that this is a relatively minor issue. Once the watch is set, it'll never be a problem. However, when unscrewing the crown, my fingers consistently hit the edges of the case back securing holes. Is that what they're called? The edges of these are sharp as hell. Not in an appreciable way either. I love sharp angles and cuts on my watch, but only in terms of the case design, not the finishing of the case back. Trust me, if the holes here happen to be anywhere near your crown, you'll notice it. Okay, your fingers are officially scarred and you can't see the insert behind the crystal. Is it worth it, Pat? Well, since you asked, let me respond with my own question. Are you interested in owning just one watch? Every brand should have a model that makes you feel this way. I could own just this one watch. This is Zelos' one watch collector model. Scale, features, price, wearability, it's going to sound like I'm handing out the verdict here, but they did a damned good job producing this one. It's the perfect unisex scale for the 99% male audience and 2 girls that watch this channel. Feature rich for its price, and if you're not a fan of the bracelet, they throw in an excellent rubber strap for you. Honestly, I wish every watch wore as well as this. It's 40mm in diameter, but the short lug-to-lug makes it feel like a 38's on your wrist. The bracelet here is excellent. Yes, you will find more feature-rich designs in watches 1.5K or more, but at sub $800, it doesn't get better than this. The end links marry with the case perfectly, floating just below the lugs, hugging your wrist in line with the case back. Each individual link is finished in harmony with the case design, brushed and polished in detail to match. On a personal note, the Horizons is my favorite design from the brand to date, as by far it's their most inviting to folks new to Zelos. Along with looming all the things, they took it upon themselves to sapphire all the things. And what better way to celebrate the sapphire glory of this piece than the fume teal Sunburst dial? I saved the best for last, as what truly makes Zelos stand out is their flair when it comes to coloring the watch. The teal dial variant is matched with a black and teal bezel insert atop a bezel that clickety-clacks onto all the hours this time around. A novel idea, but it works well. Said bezel bounces into place with its ball-bearing construction with a little wiggle room once at rest. I can expound upon how handsome I think the dial is, but instead I'd rather show you. Here's the Zelos Horizons version 2 on my 7¼ inch wrist. Yes, I could have elaborated on how the yellow of the GMT hand is complementary to the blue of the dial, or how the bezel insert itself is the literal deconstruction of the fume dial. But that's boring. I'd hate it, you'd hate it, and it's all very obvious when just looking at the watch. What? Why are you still here? You want me to say it? Alright, I'll say it. This is a buy. Not in my case, but for the fortunate few able to nab one while they're still around, yes, this is the model to own from Zelos. Truly their flagship design. I hope to see future versions of these. I'd love to spitball with Elshon and the crew when they do, and I'm sure no matter what's next on the horizons, it's bound to be a beautiful sight. Again, my name is Patrick Marlett, and thank you for the time.